Yes, hello everybody. This is Ray from Rays United, and I'm back, people. I'm back. And you'll be asking me, why is this guy upbeat? Why is he not even neutral? Why is he not downbeat? It could be better. Listen, I am not upbeat, but it could be better. However, I'm swaying towards upbeat because obviously I had to watch Chen Zhao Fan's video, and I got really excited about it. Not because she spoke, but there's something that I obviously picked up from it, and it reminded me of what Pi Network is all about. That's why I wasn't reactionary when we went live and everybody saw the price, and naturally the price would dip because that's the nature of cryptocurrency. Every launch you've never had, you will have a little spike in minutes, and then boom, people just sell off. That's the nature of cryptocurrency trend. However, we'll be talking about so many things. So, what next for pioneers after the Pi Open Network launch? Smash the like button, people. Smash the subscriber button. Become a member. Let's watch this channel grow. This is where we come for our therapy. We're going to continue till the end. And when I say the end, till the day that we're no more, till the day I'm no more. I'm not going to stop because this is the beginning of something big. So you want to stay on, you want to be here on Raise United. You don't want to just quit. Don't be a quitter because quitters don't win and winners don't quit. When I come back, he's on. Yes, this is Ray from Raise United, and I'm back. Listen, smash that like button, smash the subscriber button, become a member, and let's get excited because there is some excitement in the air, and I'm going to tell you what it is. But you guys, listen, I've seen so many people being overreactionary, so many people talking about, oh, this shit coin and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? Do you actually know what Pi Network is all about? Exchanges is just one of them. Do you know what I mean? Exchanges is one of them. So we clear the chaff and we grasp the substance. Do you understand? Clear the chaff, grasp the substance. That's what we're doing. So we're clearing the chaff, the ones that are coming, passing through. Let them pass through and let us get our pie off and running. Do you understand? It's just the first day. Give it a week, give it 2 weeks, give it a month. Do not give it less than 24 hours and then you start being reactionary. That's not how we become rich, my friends. To become rich, you need to be patient, you need to be steady, you need to be calculating, and you need to be extremely optimistic, knowing that failure could always be there without your control. But when it's there, you need to pick up the pieces very quickly because when you're down, the only way is up. But we're not down because this is just the beginning. This is just the start. And I'm extremely ecstatic about what's happened. Trust me, I am not able to withdraw any pie because I don't want to. But even I have my pie on BitGet, I can't withdraw. A friend of mine told me, don't go to BitGet. It's not you, it's restricted in the UK. I put a little pie there. I can't withdraw it. It's there. But I don't care because at the end of the day, that's not what matters. What matters is BitGet to come to the senses and realize, no, we need these guys, so we need to try and agree something with the UK state or the UK government or Europe and so on, and United States. They need to agree something to ensure that those of us in these countries, are able to obviously do something. But I don't care because where I would be will be the Pi ecosystem. I'll be on the ecosystem doing my thing. And it's up to you, whatever you want to do. If you don't know what Pi is all about, I'm going to tell you precisely what Pi is about because I joined Pi from back in 2019. So I know exactly what Pi is about. But it's up to you. Some of you have been misled. Yes, we'll talk about that. Some of you have just followed like sheep. We'll talk about that. And some of you have just been like, okay, I'll just be there and see what happens, go with the flow, more or less like a sheep. You don't want to be that way in crypto. You don't want to be emotional in crypto because your mother, your father, your family members are not there and it doesn't belong to any of them. It belongs to you and it belongs to the ecosystem. So you need to make sure you're part of those who control the price. Remember what I said a few days ago on that X space? Control the price and the value will take care of itself. You guys didn't control the price because you went quickly to sell. I saw everything. People were selling. They were selling. The selling pressure was so high. Sorry, yeah, the selling pressure was so high. Buying pressure was low. I could see everything. So you could see the price going down, but that is exactly what's going to happen for those who aren't committed to the cause. Those of us who are committed to the cause, I'm not thinking about selling. I'm not thinking about what exchanges can do. I'm thinking about what we can do to control what's on the exchange. That's what we should do. Do you understand? So this is something that I am here to talk about. It's so important. What next for pioneers? Also, you all saw that Chenja Fan posted the she posted, obviously they posted, Pi Network posted Chenja Fan's video that was released on all of the media of Pi Network. So you can go check it out if you haven't yet watched it. I have in its entirety. And I love what she had to say, which I already knew, but she reiterated on them. And so, I'm definitely upbeat. I am upbeat. I was more from it could be better to upbeat, if you know what I mean. I'm not neutral, I'm above neutral. So that's what it is. Smash the like button where you're at. Smash the subscribe button, of course. Become a member, and obviously, let's watch this channel grow. And if there's any moderator here, check the comments, delete them as per usual if they're bad comments, and let them just bust off and go. Because I think it's only one moderator, and that is Glenn. So Glenn, it's only you. So you'll have to, do your thing, man. You'll have to do your thing. He's the only moderator here at the moment. So, yeah, let's get Glenn off and running and Glenn doing his thing. Okay, 272 people watching. I didn't expect that. I expected 50 people to watch, to be honest. Considering the remarks that I saw on social media, I expected just 50 or less to watch, but 272, 77. Kudos to you guys who made it here. And this is what we're going to do from now on. We'll be doing some live shows, mostly talking about things, getting people who haven't been KYC'd, try to get people who are tentatively KYC'd, fully KYC'd, try to show people how to do things and not just follow suit or follow the crowd, because that is dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Because when things don't go right, you'll be the same person blaming others. What did I tell you? The price is not going to be high. I told you guys right from the beginning because I know how these things work. Do you understand? I know how it works. But once we start, we clear the chaff and leave the substance, you will see what happens. It's just like sieving. When you're sieving something, what you're looking for is to leave the substance and release the chaff. They need to go through the sieve, and then what's left becomes just a few, but they're quality. Quality over quantity. That's what we're doing with Pi Network. We need the quantity. And so this exchange thing was to remove the chaff. That's what it is. Just get the exchanges out of the way, remove the chaff, and let's see what happens. The bigger conglomerates will come on and they will get Pi off and running, and you will not be part of it because when you're coming to buy Pi, it will be a bit more expensive. Do you know what I mean? But some people have sold. Yes, right now it's cheaper. They can still buy if they want to. But are they going to buy? No, they didn't sell for the purposes of selling and buying. They sold it because they want it gone. They don't want to be part of Pi. They can go. To be honest, they can go, and I'll be the one laughing at them. They still didn't see the lesson of the pizza selling guy. They still didn't see the lesson. That lesson years ago, over a decade ago, when that person had over 10,000 Bitcoin and used it to buy pizza, and he was happy. I used it to buy pizza, and now look at how much it's worth. I'm not saying we're waiting for 10, 11 years, but I'm saying you need to be patient. We're lucky this project has been around for 6 years. Do you understand? It's been around for 6 years. So me, I am not in any rush because I want to sit back, relax, and realize the hard work that I've put in. I can only talk for myself. You can talk for yourself. But I want to realize the hard work that I've put in. And to do that, I'm not going to follow any crowd. I don't do that. I don't follow crowd. I do my thing. If you want to listen, fine. If you don't want to, be my guest. Do your own research and so on and so forth. Listen, that's what it is, people. So smash the like button, of course. You know me and my like buttons. Let's smash it. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's see if we're on 100 likes first. Let's see if we're on 100 likes. Let's see. Okay, we're already on 100 likes. That's good. Thank you. The next milestone is 200 likes. All right, so I put out a poll on. Actually, look, we do have 271 votes. Please, let's get 270 likes as well. Let's get 270 likes. All right. So, how are you feeling about Pi right now? I put four different types of feelings. So, downbeat, upbeat, neutral, and could be better. And so far, they're all sort of evenly distributed. So, yeah, the feeling is mixed with people. You can't say one is that dominant, but the slightly dominant one is could be better. And so, yeah, I like that because there's always room for improvement. So, I don't really sit around and say, no, it's good. No, could be better. Could be better. Somebody said I bought 800 pi at zero point 0.6. Yeah, that's a very good price. I can't do anything. In the UK, unfortunately, I can't do anything, so that's a shame. But I wanted to buy. Unfortunately, I can't. So I have to just make do with what I have for now and see what happens on other exchanges. Let's see if Kraken and Coinbase list. If they do list, then I'll be there to enjoy. But please buy at the dip. It's dipping. If I were you, I'll buy it now. If I were you, I will go and buy it now because it'll be rising. It'll be rising. And when it rises, when you buy, it's going to be expensive and so on and so forth. So, listen, exciting times. I don't care what anyone says. Seems not to be traded in US, UK, and EU. Some suggest purposely by Pi. Second launch might see volatility. Yes, I said it this morning that I sensed that too. I remember when the other gentleman came on and we spoke about it, and I said, listen, I know precisely what's happening. I've had a thought about it, and I knew that this is what's going to happen. These exchanges, particularly the ones that are used in North America, Europe, and obviously the UK, you realize that it is like that. Do you understand? And I can see somebody, one crypto GH saying, I bought $2,000 worth of XRP last year. Yes. And now the XRP price is that. You see, that's what it's now the price is $2.70. This is the thing. Guys need to be patient. I don't know why people are not patient. XRP is similar to Pi, very, very similar. They have very similar amounts of total supply or maximum supply, very similar amounts of volume purchases, and so on. Very, very similar. So, yes, I was also expecting, but we will get that. Don't worry about that. But have locked, so it's good. Listen, we can't control anything. Obviously, Glenn is also saying that we should get to 300 likes and he will give out membership. So let's get to 300 likes and see what Glenn is going to do. If we can get to 300 likes, this channel is all about gifting. So 300 likes in no time. All of you watching, if I were you, all of you, just smash that like button. All 355 of you, because it could be you that's getting the free memberships. We want to do something for members. We want to make sure members are able to watch videos with full autonomy. We want to make sure members are also able to purchase all these apparels without having to have issues. I want to see that members are benefiting from certain contents. I want to see that members are always put at the forefront before any other person because they're the ones being members. So Glenn is always trying to gift members memberships, which is good. So obviously, smash that like button and let's get to 300 likes so you can get the free membership. If you don't have it, you are the one that all of you need to smash it. Even if you do have it, smash it so others can get the thing. So please encouraging people to smash the like button. Okay. You're not a free member now. You're not. You'll see a badge. If those with the badges beside their names, they are the ones with the memberships. All right. So let me go and read your comments now. Your comments. Let me read your comments whilst you smash the thing. And I do have a special guest who is going to come on very soon and explain certain things to you guys. And therefore, smash that like button because a special guest is coming. And when he comes, give him his props and let him tell you precisely what's happening in the crypto space and precisely to do with Pi Network. Because a lot of people, to be honest, some people disappointed me with their remarks afterwards. They did because I wasn't expecting that from people I thought were that knowledgeable about crypto, but they sort of started saying certain things, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. If you understand how crypto works, particularly at its inception, you wouldn't say what you're saying. Crypto always has, initially you get people um, pressurizing themselves to sell because they think, oh, it's gonna dip. But you have to be smart. But then that's what it is. You're still gonna get people who will sell. That's just what you can't control it. It's economics, buying and selling, so you can't control that. So if you're selling, do your thing. If you're buying, do your thing. I can't control anybody. I'm doing what I'm doing. Simple as that. All right. So I will read your comments and I'll bring my guest in. So that will be in the next 5 to 10 minutes when he's back. Yeah, it's a special guest, of course. Let's see. Not happy man after 6 years. Listen, there's a lot ahead, and this is Anthony 561. Bro, you have done a good job. Be blessed. Thank you so much. I'm not one of those that was touting all the crazy prices here and there. No, because I knew reason. I knew reason, so I wasn't gonna tout all these heavy prices. Oh yeah, whatever, 314,159 and all that nonsense. I wasn't doing that because I told you, you can't be doing that. So even as I was doing my GCV, what did I say? I said, okay, let's see 314. Even though deep down I didn't really support that, but I said that could be a little bit more realistic as opposed to that huge number, which was a joke, and people got confused and so on and so forth. I'm personally disappointed, not in the price, but in the community. Oh, wait. In the community, I thought we were a bit different. No, we're not. We're not. Majority of these people are the same people that went to ICE, the same people that went to other projects and did the same things. They did the same thing. So we're not different. We're different in that we do have a lot of developers in our midst. That's where we're different. But we're not different when it comes to the approach towards launches. We're not different. Everybody's looking for price. Everybody's looking to cash out. Everybody's looking to do that. If you do that and the price goes down, you start blaming people. Meanwhile, you're the one that sold your pie. And don't you know that you contributed to that particular price fall? But I don't care if the price has fallen because it's supposed to fall naturally. It's a natural thing. If there is no selling, there is no buying. That's the whole point. But the volume of the buyings or the purchases are the ones that we're looking at now. You want the volume of the purchases to be more than the volume of the sales. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what it is. People are gonna buy the dip. The problem is many people of the pie community don't understand how crypto works, and we can be happy for the pie beginning. Yeah, I am happy. I am happy. The fact that it started above $2 and then obviously started going down, I'm okay with that. If it started above $2, it didn't start below $1. So whatever the price is now, I'm not complaining. Right now it's about 80 cents. I'm not complaining at all. I'm not. Since I said Ray started from the bottom, now we here. Yes, the real pioneers aren't those who started 5 years ago. Real pioneers are those who are smart from now on. Absolutely, I get it. I get it. Some people started early, but at the end of the day, their knowledge is still the same. They never really learned anything. And let me tell you something. When I started mining Pi, I wasn't a proper crypto enthusiast, but as Nicholas started doing his, lectures. It was in the form of lecture. You guys didn't see what we saw in the beginning. It was like a lecture. He would come on, he would talk to us about what blockchain is and what it means and all those things. So I learned a lot from that. Talk about ledgers, blocks here and there. I learned about all of those things. I learned about the protocols. I learned about Stellar Consensus Protocol. I learned about all those things because of the lecture that Nicholas was giving on the Pi Network space. So I'm grateful to the founders in Chenjao Fan, Dr. Chenjao Fan and Dr. Nicholas Kokalis. Really, really grateful for the knowledge that they've imparted on me. I can only talk about myself because you can talk about yourself as well. And I've learned a lot. And as a result, I know, yes, of course, sometimes you make one or two hiccups here and there, which is human. But all in all, I've done my best to ensure that I understand how crypto works. Yes, I understand how crypto works. 400 watching. Let's smash that like button, get to 300 likes, and get Glenn to give out that thing. So 204, 405. How can we have 452 votes and not have what's it called? The likes. The likes have to be like 300 very, very quickly. Yes. So to be honest, I can feel a bit of disappointment in your face and words. Are you talking about me? Yeah, initially, yeah, I was disappointed with the price, obviously, but I came to my senses very quickly and understood that, hey, this is how it works, my friend. You know how it works. Don't fall into that trap. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is. I don't care about pie price. I only care about my pie. I never sell my pie whatsoever. I just hold my pie and value my pie. Good, good, wonderful. Let me see. So, good evening. Feeling upbeat? Yes, that's good to feel upbeat. We're gonna feel a lot better. Don't worry about that. Let me see. Network unstable. Restart in the phone. All right. Cool. Ah, God. Let me get my drink ready. My guest will be coming on soon. So when he comes, all right. Um, let's continue, people. Today, I was actually not planning to do any live show. I was planning to do a live show tomorrow, but I thought, let me just try and raise the emotions of people and try and get them um, upbeat as opposed to being downbeat and so on and so forth. And I think you guys are okay now. It's only day one. I have a feeling that there will be major announcements in the near future. Let everyone always remember Bitcoin Pizza Day. Of course, of course. Use that as your benchmark. Spain here, BitGet is available. Sold some. Yeah, it's available in Europe, EU, some of the EU countries, but it's in the UK. You can see stuff, but you can't do anything. It's a shame. UK restrictions are just so much. I don't enjoy buying and selling crypto in the UK because unless it's Web3 and Web3, we all know it's not that safe. And the Pi is not gonna get smart contracts in order to get Web3. So that is not gonna happen anytime soon. Maybe down the line, but no time soon. So and more to the point, I'm not in a rush to sell. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Who knows? A blessing in disguise. So um, it's gonna help me down the line. But now they're selling so soon, they'll be gone, and our ecosystem can thrive. What do you think, Ray? Absolutely, that's what I just said. I said, grasp the substance and leave the shadow. So the shadow is going, they're the chaff, and then the substance remains. You understand? Quality over quantity. That's what's gonna happen. So eventually, you're gonna see that a lot of these so-called pioneers who were in a rush to sell most of their pie um, will look back and say, "Goodness gracious me, chicken change." Yes, that's what I just got, chicken change. I don't want chicken change after 5 years. So whatever happens, this is not something that I'm gonna look at and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna catch out. No way. All right, my guest is on. I'm gonna get him on and we're gonna have a conversation. Let me put my thing on. Let me put it on and we'll have a conversation. Benjamin, what's happening? Benjamin, you okay?
Ah, I'm just not okay with the receptivity. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Yeah, I am. It's clear. It's clear.
It's better.
It's clear.
I've been
Yeah,
having
it's clear.
even for the page to load up. Nah.
I know. Don't worry, you're forgiven. You're forgiven for that. We understand. Even I do get a lot of network issues. Sometimes I have to like tether it with my mobile phone because the home broadband is a bit, I don't know, problematic. It keeps breaking up the whole time. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get on with what's at hand. So today, you and I both know that Open Network was launched and it started at a certain price, just over $2, and instantaneously, we all know what happened. It started to dip, which is obviously natural of an inception of a cryptocurrency in this case. And of course, people have reacted. Some have reacted positively, some have reacted neutrally, and some have reacted negatively. Obviously, in your opinion, tell us what your thoughts are about what has happened today and what could happen beyond today, because it's all about what's next for pioneers. But right now, how are you viewing everything?
Okay. For the first day of listing, I think the Pi coin did excellently fine. Um, in fact, if we can go back to the first day of Ethereum, we can say the Pi coin, deserve a round of applause. Now, this is coming from a data set of information that we know about the blockchain. And the infographics about the blockchain is not yet public. Yet, the currency perform relatively strong. I've seen the currency go a bit below $1, bounces back to 90 something cents and over $1. Now, when you look at it from a broad spectrum, there is selling pressure, and that's normal. Now, are we trying to say that we do not resonate with the probability of a selling pressure? The answer is no. We expected it. We expected it. And it looks as if we need some couple of days for the weak hands to get shaken off. The first thing that we should never think is that there is no liquidity. No, no, no. On the contrary, there have been stockpile of stable coin ready to buy the pie. If you guys can remember, as far back as December 2022, Pi as IOU went live. And people exchanges dollars with a promissory note that come open mainnet, the exchanges will do their own part of the deal. Thus, from December 2022 to December 2023 was pretty much about 365 days of stockpiling or of USD piling. December of 2023 to December of 2024 was another 365 days. From December 2nd December to 2nd January, that's pretty much 30 days. February, 30 days. So we have spent 2 years and 2 months of piling USDT with the sole intent to purchase Pi. So let nobody say that there is no funds to buy the Pi. Had the players on the selling side got this information, they would have gotten a fair deal today. They would have had a fair deal today. Because whether we like it or not, there is a minimum amount of Pi, courtesy of the fact that the funds for the purchase had already been given. So based on that, whether they're going to play with Pi or not, they should first secure that reserve. Why? There's an IOU deal that must be met. Other players like retail whales, other players like institutional investors will have their time. Probably they came in, but whether you like it or not, you will agree with me that regardless of whatever the price people paid these exchanges to secure Pi, these exchanges will do everything in their power to count on profits, most especially if they can secure it cheaper than the price they bought it over the counter. So basically, these and many more were the fundamental frameworks that kind of like played a role. Now, we may not have a clear view of the total amount of pi that was expected. Have they secured that amount of pi? Yes, no, we don't know. But one thing that I know, even for the past, even about 3 hours ago, when I checked BitGet, there was still selling pressure. The total number of pi on the selling side was way more than the total number of pi on the buying side. Thus, the buyers will have a field day. It's normal. But we will move to a point where we may not be seeing sell orders in their thousands. By the moment we begin to see sell orders below thousands or sell orders in their hundreds, then probably sell orders in their tens, and we begin to see buy orders in their thousands, it means the sellers will have fun. But right now we have selling orders in their thousands, and we do not have so much of a buy order in their thousands. So pretty much a lot of folks want to offload, and pretty much they will settle for any buying rate the buyers fix. It's kind of like weak hands shaking off. Yet, this is happening on day one, and the price of pi is relatively strong in view of the selling pressure. In view of the selling pressure. So, when you look at it from a price overview, you realize that we just need time for the weak hands to shake off. And with additional information, and this is where it gets juicier, we have not heard any additional information on the KYB. The information at the KYB, as we have known prior to the trading day, is still the information. So when we begin to have ecosystem-centered information that has the capacity to have a fundamental impact on the value narrative of the coin, we will begin to see a flip up in sentiments. Thus, we may see an increase in buying pressure courtesy of additional information that is coming from the ecosystem. So pretty much it's just a matter of time. I mean, this is a blockchain that is built for interaction internally, interaction with the outside. This is a blockchain that have created a framework to be on course to be the blockchain that should have the most distributed dApps on the face of the earth, owing to the fact that anybody can build any solution on this blockchain using any language. We have never heard of such. So because of this, when we begin to see the dApp ecosystem populating such that other dApps on other rival blockchain probably will find it easy plugging out of their blockchain and plugging in on our blockchain, it begins to create huge value narrative. So this is my take. It's day one, and day one hasn't been that bad. Ethereum's day one went as high as $2.80 something cents and fell to be pretty much below 70 cents from 2.8 something. And day one, I think is it August 2015, thereabout, something like that. And this is it. What other use cases that Ethereum have beside a distributed dApp ecosystem? Then pretty much the privilege of a new entrant, or what we call the privilege of a first generation crypto alongside Bitcoin. We also have a striving ecosystem, anti-money laundering community, businesses that are already strategically positioned to be regulatory compliant. So let nobody think less of the fact that this is a germ. Let me end by saying, in view of the surrounding evidences and the potential of more information that are fundamentally capable of impacting on the value narrative of this coin, it kind of looks as if this coin can achieve the feat that most of these first generation cryptocurrencies have achieved, but in a faster time. We shouldn't be taking as long as they took to reach premium or to reach haven, as the case may be, because there will be a lot of development within the ecosystem, around the ecosystem, integration, you name it, and all these have the capacity to impact value on the native token. So if you ask me, it's an excellent day one as far as listing is concerned. Of course, this is not what we wanted, but this is what we have. So let's work with what we have.
Yes, thank you so much, Benjamin, for that. It's like I said earlier when I started that I believe this price. And listen, I'm not really bothered about price to be honest, but I believe the starting price of Pi has been a success, and I don't care what anyone says, considering it's just under 12 hours since its launch. And yeah, it's making inroads. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Naturally, you're going to get a selling pressure. You're going to get that naturally on the inception of any cryptocurrency. So that is not a surprise to me. The surprise is that as at now, that the price is under 80 cents, people are still selling. And somebody actually asked the question, is that how much they value their pie? Is that how much they price their pie, that they would rather sell now than either hold or have the intention of buying? Do you understand? Because if you're buying, then the price rises. But I don't think people understand how cryptocurrency works really. If demand is high, then price goes up. Supply is high, it goes low. Simple as that. So this is simple economics, and you don't have to go deep into economics to explain these things to people. Unfortunately, we have to keep banging on it over and over because some people may be minnows to cryptocurrency. So they're the ones that actually need to know precisely what has to be done. Now, Benjamin,
Yeah, let
yeah,
me
yeah,
add a little to that. You see, I have had a privilege of interacting with folks around the ecosystem. I've had the privilege of even going through what we call a banter with some of them. And pretty much a significant percentage of these folks brag around the fact that whatever is the price of pi, they are already in the positive. Now, this is a sensitive statement, very, very sensitive. It means that for the privilege we have to have been part of this ecosystem early on gave us the privilege of securing huge reserves of this pie such that we are not technically in that position to interpret its value narrative. For heaven's sake, we got it cheap. We do not understand the difficulty in relationship to maintain this coin. We don't. Now, this is a bridge we must cross. That there are people who are sitting on thousands of pi, probably tens of thousands of pi, and pretty much it was like a flip of the switch. Some of them got 70% of these thousands of pi early on in the adoption phase. Some of them even had to go for a break and they came back and still sitting on those reserves. Some of them sit on the privilege of thanking on the referral incentive that was associated with the adoption phase. Some got referrals in their thousands, in their hundreds, and fortunately for them, a significant percentage of their referrals were KYC. These and many more are the reasons why they don't even bother about the dollar price, because as far as they're concerned, even if it's at cents multiplied by the units that they have migrated on mainnet, they will tank in some decent dollar value, probably in hundreds, probably in thousands. Now that's okay. And I want everybody to understand that it is okay. One thing I want whoever is hearing me right now is to understand that the economic model of this blockchain is not a mistake. The economic model of this blockchain is built around heightening of access. Thus, we may find ourselves in a scenario wherein from today, instant gratification is a fact. You can now liquidate whatever you mint. It's a fact. You have exchanges to liquidate. Is a fact. We should begin to find outlets, services, utilities that can accept or that will accept Pi as a means of payment. So the options to spend the Pi is increasing. The reason why we are not as populated as we should is because a lot of people didn't fancy the idea of going through 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, a year, couple of months without instant gratification. Now gratification is home. Thus, we should see a spike in access. Now, let's say the concurrent miners triples. Let's say the concurrent miners triples. It means we have double of our population coming in. Now, when double of this population come in, it means that from a democratic perspective, we will have more people coming in than the already existing ecosystem population. These numbers that are coming in, they are coming in with the intent of this window of instant gratification that is created. So yes, they are here to sell. Yes, they are here to mint and sell. Yes, they are here to mint, sell, and create some economic privilege for themselves. But their coming is going to toughen the base hash rate. Their coming in is going to make the base hash rate so difficult that every participant who is concurrently mining will only take but less. Unlike Bitcoin, difficulty is going to be achieved moving forward through latency. We who could achieve more in less time will henceforth achieve little in longer time. Time now becomes money. So if triple of our population come in, and they will go through a strenuous process just to mint one Pi, and they make way with that Pi to an exchange, they are the ones who are equipped with the technical know-how, with the experiential know-how of the true value of the Pi. We who have tanked on hundreds and thousands of Pi can never have a fair value for the Pi. Thus, it's not rocket science that we are reflecting our short-sighted value for the Pi. We are reflecting our myopic view of the pie in the way we are selling right now. By the time that the mobile mining ecosystem is in millions, hundreds of millions, 200 millions, about 300 millions, there will still be supply of pie. But only a fragment of this supply goes round the 300 million, goes round the 200 million. And in that case, we who at Open Mainnet are probably max 70 million, and we now have grown to an ecosystem side of 300 million. It means that we have triple of our capacity as new users, as new miners. Thus, volume-wise, they should speak louder than us when the question of what is the value is asked. Now, that is the time that he who is wise now, that refused to sell, can tank on the narrative and make life threatening, not even life changing, life threatening income opportunity for that person. Now, it takes someone who is a bit informed to see the writing on the wall. And it's okay. Okay, of the fact that even those who, for the sake of the stomach infrastructure, trying to fix short-term goals, will end up maxing out on their reserve, they will still go back to mint. And when they come back to mint and they realize that it is way difficult than it has been, they will join the new narrative. We will begin to see them come live and give us stories of how they blew it up at 80 cents, they blew it up at 93 cents, they blew it up at $1.20 and the rest. I sent some couple of pie to the two respective exchanges, but my selling order is still active and is in hundreds as we speak right now. My selling order is in hundreds, and pretty much, okay, I had a selling order in tens, but when I saw the massive volume, selling volume, I just had to cancel the order in tens and scale it up to the range of hundreds. Of course, I don't expect that order to be activated anytime soon. I don't expect that. But it also reflects the fact that I may not be under the percentage of the community that pretty much would do anything for instant gratification. Probably have internalized the why, the what, and the where, since we've been here for a very, very, very long time. So even the only disclaimer here is, if exchanges remain the valid use case, then we'll take longer time. There is no magic. But when we begin to see alternative use cases and we begin to see institutional investors partnering alongside those use cases, it's massive fundamentals. It's going to ramp up the value, and people will not know who are these guys who want to purchase pies in their hundreds and in their thousands, and probably in their tens of thousands in an instant purchase order. And these are the things that may scale us up. Even right now, we are technically a top 20 crypto coin, even as we speak right now. So, I mean, it means that 1,000% may takes us up to probably the top 7. So pretty much when Pi is within the $10 range, we should be the top 7 coins. Now, you don't know what that does to FOMO. You don't know what that does to people who don't know what crypto is, but they just saw this coin that was pretty much nothing, became among the top 20, and from nowhere it became the top 10. They can interpret those things like wildfire. And before you understand, we may end this bull run on a massive high. We may end this bull run on a massive high. We just need to be patient and support whoever is building. Whoever is building on the blockchain, let's rally, let's support. In one way or the other, it's going to build to our value as an ecosystem. And since the native currency is what powers transaction, development, integration, interaction, it's all for us to celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Benjamin, for that. Really appreciate that. I know the audience also appreciate your take on everything that's happened. And just as Glenn is saying, you're 100% spot on. So, yeah, you are spot on of what you just said. Um, Adoption of Pi externally, obviously, is what we require at the moment. People to buy Pi now. And obviously it's natural to have tens of millions of pioneers who have mined Pi, and obviously the single digit millions of pioneers who felt, you know what, they have to sell something. Like I said, everybody's circumstance is different, so you can't blame anybody for selling. There is always a pressure of selling initially, so it's there, and especially either initially or during a particular sort of spike. So you would see that people would sell during a spike and people would buy during a dip. It's always like that, especially the clever ones, the ones that know how crypto works. There's another thing that I wanted to ask. What next for pioneers in this situation? Because obviously, pioneers, most of them, especially the ones that are committed to the project, we do have developers, we do have people who want to sell on the Pi ecosystem, people who developers who have actually developed all these lovely utility platforms, which are obviously in the process of being also launched properly, formally on the ecosystem. What next for all of them? And I'm talking about utility platforms, pioneers, which is miners, and of course developers, as well as the Pi core team. What next for all these groups of pioneers or people?
I think build, interact, 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 integrate, integrate, integrate. So for those who have built something um, across the landscape, their biggest bottleneck was liquidity. Their biggest bottleneck um, is pretty much what's the right word? Is pretty much around the fact that they need to do some things, but the financial ability is pretty much nowhere. Well, the audience may not know I fall under this category. I'm part of the co-founders of the ecosystem utility that pretty much is called PyTaxi. And pretty much the reason why we're pretty much behind the scene was a liquidity or rather a funding issue. I can say by experience, we have met folks within the ecosystem. In fact, one of the developers built one of the app that made it to the top 10 utilities, that made it the top 10 utilities in the first hackathon. One of the developers who reached out to him. Back then, he said he cannot accept Pi as a means of payment. Now, this was in-house. And this was in-house. We met a software as a service firm in India. Their rates were very cheap. But again, the means of payment was not only US dollars, but through bank wire. And PyTaxi being a registered entity in the US, an LLC, we now realize that we may have challenges if a software of a service firm is outside that business territory of some sort. It means that should we have problems towards building, we would definitely would need a lawyer that is an international lawyer that have pretty much privileges across both jurisdiction. Thus, it is not wise for us to go for something cheap that may attract, that should we hit the rocks, the legal implication will even cost us more. So it's better we find a software as a service within the business territory of license. Thus, it becomes easy should we hit the rocks, legal, jurisprudence and all those stuff. We found a software as a service firm, I think in North Carolina in the US. They gave us one of the best deal ever. In fact, these guys, when we sent them the first message, before we book for a virtual meeting with them, they went through all our bios, told us who we are and what is Pi Network. They told us about the narrative we're seeing right now. And they told us that the ecosystem application we want to build, if truly we are true to our word, we should be thinking of a client base of over 20 million. And this was 2 years ago. How do they know that as at now, there will be at least 20 million KYC folks? But they told us 2 years ago. Thus, hosting of the application will require a top-end high-performance server and stuff like that. To cut the whole story short, they gave us a budget that if we can pretty much fund, bring monthly income or monthly deposit of about $20,000 every month, it's going to take us about 18 months before the application will be ready in its functional sense, such that the application can bring about in-app revenue and we can use the revenue to scale up. Beautiful as it was, we had a funding issue. And I want to resonate with a lot of folks who are actually building in the ecosystem and pretty much they are behind the scene. They are going through challenges that has to do with funding. Well, right now that we are an open mainnet and pretty much there's a dollar price to the Pi, I think when the price begin to ramp up, it will hasten development to a great degree, to a great degree. And from there, we may even have incentives, the possibility of incentives around development. I mean, someone building in the blockchain can now go public and tell us, okay, this is this, this is this. We may even have a pioneer-centered ICO, a pioneer-centered crowdfunding, and probably this utility can have its native token because you can actually build a token on top of the blockchain, pretty much a derivative of Pi. So if they're building a solution that pretty much can scale up into a layer 2, since Pi is a layer 1, or pretty much they can build a utility that pretty much have the capability of creating what we call a DAO, and pretty much tokenization will be pretty much the ticket to participation in governance at that utilities ecosystem. So we have a lot of opportunities right now to redirect our energies towards building solutions and utilities in the ecosystem. Thus, from we who are developers, I think it's time to put our words to work. Thus, it's not a surprise we saw partnership around, I think, Pi to Go, Daryl, awesome partnership. We are seeing Pi Chain Mall pretty much coming stronger. So it means that we're a step closer. For the core team, This blockchain is good enough to have institutional investors as core partners, most especially around the marketplace narratives that the blockchain intends to power. So, one, two, three, four, five industry giants in those niches partnering, integrating Pi will just take us to the clouds. So, from the user perspective, we need to support apps. From the developer's perspective, we need to keep building. From the core team perspective, they need to widen the interaction, the integration, and the partnership narrative. And I believe no one is folding his hands. I think the era of FOMO, no, the era of flooding the ecosystem have passed. Because the reason why we were flooding was because we wanted instant gratification. Well, voila, we had it today, right? So nobody will say all this long story, beautiful white paper. What are we going to get? Beautiful white paper put food on the table. Well, right now you have food on the table. Congratulations. Now that you have eaten and you are fed, can we now talk business? And I think that's what I expect from the community as we build towards an intrinsic and also an ecosystem that has economic significance even outside its boundary. That's pretty much what I think.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. As you were talking about the flooding, I just checked the total volume of um, the Pi equivalents in USDT that has gone through today. And guess what? It's 641 million USDT. 641 million USDT. And we barely scraped for 12 hours. So we're about to hit the 12-hour mark. And the trading volume is 641 million, as I can see on BidGet. So you can imagine
So
what's really happening.
it means that if this feature repeats itself for the next 12 hours, it's $1 billion
Yes.
investment for a 24 hours. Now that's massive. Now that's massive. That's massive.
That is what I want people to see. Don't look at price too much. Look at the volume. Look at what's happening, because eventually, when the dust settles, we're going to see the data for the market capitalization and all of that. We're going to see everything. And when you start seeing those things and the circulating supply, the real circulating supply, you're going to see all of that. And when you start seeing it, you realize what Pi is actually all about. It's got nothing to do with what people say. People love instant gratification, like you said. They love everything to be now, 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 me, nobody else. And they try to stop everybody else. It doesn't work like that. Not in crypto, not in investments, stock markets. It doesn't work like that. So I'm looking at this, and less than 24 hours, actually less than 12 hours as we speak right now, and we've already hit 642 as we're speaking. Is climbing very fast. 642.6 million USDT in volume. So that is extremely high. Extremely high. I don't think I expected this on the first day, but that's what we have. So I am not going to sit here anyway and start getting all despondent, as people may seem, because obviously I put out a poll here, and on the poll, 900, almost 1,000 people, yeah, over 1,000 people have voted, and the 1,000 people, out of the 1,000 people, downbeat is 19%, neutral is 31%, upbeat is 19%, could be better is 31%. So you can see a split. Neutral and could be better, upbeat and downbeat are 19% each. So it's interesting to see the emotions of pioneers. It's actually not downbeat, so that's okay. The downbeat is just 19%. Upbeat is also 19%. So they're more in between. They're more in between. So I like that. All right. So let me read a few comments here, and then Benjamin and I will go because we don't want to be too long here. Um, the first one was this one. Somebody answered it, but I want to also give it a different context. So, what does Chenja Fan mean when she said pi is a nonconformist? So, nonconformist as a compound word means like you don't follow the trend. So, whatever it is that many people are doing, you don't tend to follow that. Do you know what I mean? So, whatever it is that crypto generally does on the crypto space, Pi Network is not following suit. Pi Network is different from all of them. And you can see we're very different from
Yes,
all of them.
yes. Let's add. I mean, Ray, look at the number you just called out. And the players are only, but I think 3 or 4 exchanges. I'm not talking about 25 exchanges. I'm not talking about over 70 exchanges. Only 3. I know of a fourth because I tested depositing on the fourth, which is the Pionex exchange. But I think Pionex is somewhere in the KYB ladder. But Pionex have been issued a blockchain compliant master wallet address. I deposited it. It went through. I deposited something little. I'm thinking of. I tried withdrawing. It was seamless. So interaction, technically wise, is top notch. So probably in the next 24 to 48 hours, because as of this time yesterday, they could not generate a wallet address. As of this time yesterday, because when I saw it, it was pretty much a fancy for me. In fact, among all the exchanges, Pionex kind of looks cool because it has the Pi prefix, sort of.
Yeah, Benjamin. I actually, when you mentioned Pionex, I just checked it, and it's actually UK based.
Ah,
Yeah, I just checked it. It says Pionex as a whole limited company. It's a private company that was incorporated in the UK in 2021. It's registered. Its registered office is in blah blah blah. So it's located in the UK. So I don't know why I haven't even gone on that one instead because
yeah.
it's located in
Because
the UK.
one thing that pretty much drew my attention with Pionex, the first thing in their website is that they are a US based compliant or a US compliant
Yeah,
cryptocurrency exchange.
yeah,
Yeah, for an exchange to go that public tells you that probably they should have gone public all this while, but probably
yeah.
the regulatory framework was not pretty much compatible and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So you can see that all this huge data, these volumes of trade, only came from 4, or rather a minimum of 3 exchanges. It's massive.
It's
It's
massive.
massive. Now, this is what we refer to that the non-conformity, as the co-founder said in her words. Because you see, let's be very, very honest with ourselves. Very, very honest with ourselves. What Pi Network is doing is actually a do or die affair. If Pi Network loses it, exchanges will bury Pi Network alive. Like bury Pi Network alive. And this is something that is very, very significant. And if this is the info, well, let's not conclude. Probably this is not only the information from BitGet. Probably it's the sum total of the information as mirrored from CoinMarketCap. Because if I'm tempted to say that this is the information from BitGet alone, then we have hit 1 billion. Because I want to believe OKX information may be similar to that, Gate.io may be similar to that. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much sure that we have something very, very massive. Very, very massive.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, obviously, yeah. I just tried to share the screen. Somebody asked if I could share the screen for us all to see, and I thought, you know what, let me let them see. I actually zoomed in for people to see the trading volume, and yeah, it's massive. It's massive, and this is just on. I don't know if it's all together, but this is what's displaying on BitGet. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, it's interesting. It's interesting to see what is happening with Pi, and this is just day one. So don't think about price. It is day one. So don't actually let your whole mindset be price, 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 price. It's not about that. Coin market cap altogether is 1.02 billion. So you can imagine on coin market cap altogether with OKX and Gate.io, it's 1.02 billion. So what we're seeing here is just on BitGet.
This is an important information, very, very important.
Yep.
Um, I do not know. Of course, we have the FOMO factor, right?
Yep.
But if this volume repeats itself for 50 good days, if this volume mistakenly repeats itself for the next 50 days, it's not possible that Pi will be a single digit dollar coin. It's not possible. Because for it to persist for the next 50 days, giving us $1 billion worth of 24 hours, it means that the sellers have already been shaken off. And if that volume persists, it means the buyers are in business.
Yeah. True.
Let's not forget, guys. Let's not forget, guys. The demography of distribution of this pie has that over 8 million pioneers have only but less than 11 pi. We only have about a sum total of, let's say, around 900,000 that can boast of from 500,000 pi to up to 10,000 pi. We are not more than 980,000. We're not even up to a million.
Hmm.
But an excess of 7 to 8 million don't have the luxury of 100 pi. They don't. Well, probably couple of the fact that statistics have shown that most of them did a 90% lockup. Most of them
Yep.
did a 90% lockup. So pretty much in the coming next year, will probably as the months roll by, some of them will have uh, the locked 90 released, as the case may be. But I dare the crypto industry to give us this volume for the next 50 days. I dare them. And let's see who's going to have the last laugh.
I, I like this comment. We have 314 days to grow because it's exactly 314 days until the end of the year from today. So this is funny, you know. It's exactly 314 days from today to the end of the year. So we do have that to grow, obviously, day by day. We take it day by day. Okay, so we do have 610 people watching. We will end the show in the next few minutes, but obviously, we wouldn't go without asking Benjamin for his final words before we leave. Obviously, pioneers here are split in their feelings and their emotions. From what I'm seeing on the poll, we do have 1,130 poll votes, 29 votes, and it's split. It's just scattered all over the place. So downbeat 19%, neutral 31%, upbeat 20%, could be better 30%. So I'm gonna end the poll and yeah, so I've ended the poll so we can all see the results of the poll. And it reads very interestingly. Stick with Ray's ways. I like that. Stick with Ray's ways. Yeah, cool. Let's read a bit of the comments. So because some people are giving Benjamin some props, so I need to make sure he gets it. Um, Much respect for the insights you're bringing to the crypto space, the way you break things down really helps keep the community informed. Oh yeah, definitely, Benjamin. Benjamin is priceless to all of us. They're priceless to all of us. Bro, do you ever sleep? Which one, Benjamin or me? I don't know who you're talking to, Benjamin or me. I don't know. But if you're talking to me, sleep is not my friend. Let me just put it that way. Sleep is not my friend.
Well,
So,
actually, I think from tomorrow I'm going to sleep
yeah,
because
me
the
too.
past 6 days has not been funny.
Nah, nah.
It's like, okay, like this is 3 days straight. I think the max I get in a day is pretty much 4 hours. That's the best I get in a day is 4 hours because I'm speaking. I have to go check the kids, come back, speak again. I think in a day, the average spaces I speak on is pretty much three in a day. And some days I'll have to turn it down. Like the last time that I spoke here, I spoke eight, I spoke 12. I ought to have had a space by 6 p.m. local time. I had to turn it down so that I can sleep because there was we had the Race United show
Yep,
9:30.
yep,
9:30. I had
yeah.
to sleep so that I be a bit refreshed. For so this is what we do, and my take on the vote, excellent. As I've said, don't you ever think I am equipped with the right information to know the true value of pi.
Hmm.
No matter how I sound intelligent, I was privileged to mint huge deposits of pi.
Yep.
No matter how intelligent I sound, I was privileged to mint huge deposits of pi. So I do not know how difficult one pi is. I don't. Not until we reach 300, 400 million concurrent miners,
Yes.
then we will know how difficult one pi is. It doesn't stop there. Because we are over 300 million, we are getting close to half a billion mobile mining ecosystem. It will reflect that no pi is literally minted here if you look at it from an individualistic point of view. Because of that, a significant percentage of us will think of scaling up. Now, don't forget, the node community are over 200,000 right now. So if, for instance, we are 300 million and just 1% of us think of scaling their hardware, the node ecosystem will be populated with over 3 million supernodes. That will crash their base rate as well. So whether you're here at the mobile side is difficult. Whether you're there at the supernode side is difficult. That's the point that minting one pi from the source code will cost everybody everything. Now, this is where the narrative of the use case have no option but to follow suit. Because when we begin to see that this is the number we can mint because of the difficulty of the base hash rate, that is the time that you remember that I said a statement on the 20th of February 2025 that I, Benjamin, I am not equipped to know the true value of one pi. I may be as beautiful. Hey, nobody knows. I can dump right now, and I'm not gonna have sleepless nights. But let's assume one pi cost me 3 months of concurrent mining. Do you think I'm gonna sell it for 80 cents? Let's be very honest. It took me 3 calendar months to mint one pie. Do you think right now you want to buy it from me and you tell me your buying price is 80 cents? Do you think I will ever think of giving you that one pie for 80 cents? So understand the fact that we are a reflection of the difficulty standard as at the time we were minting. It was literally not difficult to mint pie. So it is from us. We can definitely sell at 80 cents. But what if 90% of us get maxed out? We have sold out. Then the next demography of those who have huge deposit of pie are those who pretty much will mint one pie in 8 days, 9 days. Their value narrative is different from ours. Let's assume they also maxed out. Then the next demography of holders are those who pretty much spent 30 days, 1 calendar month to mint one pie. Their value narrative will be different. This is how gradually the value narrative will be in an ascending graph. It's a replica of the Bitcoin's proof of work. It's just that unlike Bitcoin, difficulty is achieved by spending time. As for Bitcoin, difficulty is achieved by spending hardware resources. So for you to meet the difficulty standard of minting Bitcoin from a virgin block, the processor that will be on the machine is not cheap anywhere in the world. Thus, you have been involved economically to participate. But unlike the Bitcoin blockchain, a time will come that we will spend months, weeks, probably a quarter just to achieve what it takes to mint one pie. Well, I don't know for you guys in the rest of the world. In Africa, we said time is money, and money is time. So definitely, if something takes my 3 months just to get one token, you must involve voodoo to get me sell it for you at 80 cents. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. This one, I'll just read it and I'll probably make 1 or 2 points. So he said, what are your thoughts when price is low? A lot of people can afford what I've earned for years. Now, whose fault is it? If that's the case, whose fault is it? It's Pioneer's fault because Pioneers went to the exchanges to sell. If they held it and allowed the buyers to come in and want to buy and created a scarcity, maybe the price would have been up. But they went there and sold immediately. So if you sell immediately, you don't expect the price to go up. It goes down. It means you don't value your pie. You feel like, oh, the price is going to dip, so I'm selling. You're just following suit like a sheep. You don't want to do that. You have to study the market. Again, it's important to study because if you don't study, that's where the mistakes come from, unfortunately. And Benjamin has said a lot. So he may end up repeating himself if he has to go on and on and on. And we don't have time because this was supposed to be an hour's show. But obviously, Benjamin turned up a bit later, so we extended it a little bit. Ray and Benjamin, do you guys think the pie core team sold their share of pie? No. Do you know their share of pie? It's 20%. Why would they sell their share?
No. So let's get it. Let's get it. The way the pie core teams even get their own share of the pie is based on how much we have unlocked from the total. All right. So if we only unlocked 1% or 10% of total supply, that is the percentage of their own that will also be unlocked. The time that they will get 100% of what is allocated from them is when we have also unlocked 100% for what is meant for from the total supply. So pretty much, don't fall under that fourth narrative that they just used us to become millionaires. Somebody just said that Nicholas right now is among the top richest billionaires in the world. And I know what that person meant. In other words, all he needed to do was to times $2 times his 20 billion. So he's at least 40 billion right now.
It doesn't work like that. We haven't actually minted that much.
That's someone who never read the white paper. Who
Nah.
never read the white paper.
Yeah, I just want to read this. I see some comments and I like them. This one, he says, our crypto exchange is misreporting Picoin's supply to control its price. We've seen this happen before with Shiba Inu, and now Pi might be next. At the moment, they're not using that narrative because it's early days, so it's very hard to get a market capitalization in full, knowing that it's just the first day. It has to go through a whole 24 hours in order to work the previous sort of metrics, and then of course you'll be able to get what you want. But at the moment, no, we can't even get the market capitalization, the exact one, because if you remember when the mainnet metric was released yesterday, or I think earlier today, you could see that the total supply is the same as the circulating supply. It's not supposed to be that way. But what you have is the unlocked circulating supply. So the unlocked circulating supply at the time was 1.6 billion pi. So normally that's what's supposed to be quote unquote in circulation. 1.6 billion pi is what's supposed to be in circulation, because majority of it, 75%, have been locked. Are you not concerned that Binance and Coinbase isn't yet part of this project? It's early days, so I can't really say anything. And I'm not concerned. By the way, I'm not concerned because it's early days. They didn't.
Without them, we made $625 million
Exactly.
worth of 4 hours volume. It
It,
means that
it doesn't make any difference.
yes, it means that in as much as they are important, we as a blockchain solution are also important. So let's not rule the fact that they are not important. They are. But that doesn't mean that their absence will make us irrelevant. So it goes further to say that what happens if we find a perfect utopia wherein they are also part of the use case narrative? It means we will even do more. And this is the non-conformity. These guys are sitting on over 1 decade of control, 1 decade of relevance, 1 decade of market playing. They are market makers. That's the truth. And if you will do something away from the conformity standard, you are sitting on hot toes. Beg your God that you come out alive. Thus, if Pi Network comes out alive, it means that, look at it. If we make it to the top 5 cryptocurrencies, the likes of OKX, BitGet, and Gate.io have secured massive Pi even from fees. Even from fees. That when they multiply those fees by the dollar price of Pi, they have tanked on massive revenue. Then you begin to see them flex their muscles as the next big exchange. We were here when Bittrex was the biggest exchange. I was here when Binance began. During the time that Binance began, Bittrex will shut down sign up in December. If you do not sign up in the exchange before December, sign up will be close to the next year. That is how significant Bitrex was. Where is Bitrex today? The first year, even Binance shut sign up when they began to be relevant. Now, all the small exchanges, they may not have the might of Binance, but they are more innovative than Binance. They don't look down on opportunities. They take it headlong. For the record, there are many exchanges that are waiting to be approved for this KYB. So let's relax. I know we come from the narrative that Binance listing is super important. Let me add something, a different talk. We've just received a circular from the SEC, and the circular is talking about making the crypto industry cleaner. And if that's the case, some blockchains may be queried for allowing some dirty projects run on their blockchain. For now, we may appreciate the fact that the firewall protected us from that. It goes further to say that should this blockchain comes under what we can call the A list, what makes you think that will represent? Wouldn't that influence a more positive perception about the blockchain? And if SEC goes to discover that this blockchain has even gone the furthest when it comes to compliance, wouldn't the SEC give this blockchain a tap on the back? And when that happens, wouldn't you be proud that you're positioned as a true and true in this ecosystem? So guys, we have said so much for just the first day. So if we have done this much today, what will we say tomorrow?
Exactly.
What will we say? I mean, we have been into this. Probably we shouldn't have done it, but you guys forced us. You guys literally forced us to say as much as we can. I hope we don't wake up with high blood pressure tomorrow. So pray for us, huh? As we go to bed today. Thank you very much. Ray, I cannot hear you.
Sorry, I was muted. So Benjamin has yielded his mic. I was just muted. Apologies to all of you. Benjamin has yielded his mic. Listen, I'm about to yield mine because since I don't know, I've been speaking continuously since Sunday or Saturday, continuously because this week I've been off from work. Fortunately, imagine if I was at work, it would mean I'll have to go into my car and start creating some content and all of that, which sometimes is inconvenient for me. So this is okay. But hey, it's been great. To me, today has been a great day. I don't have any qualms about it. I'm happy with the volume, definitely. I'm not really concerned about price because price is for others to be worried about. But for me, it's all about volume. It's all about utilities and all of that. That's what I'm thinking about. Utilities, people. And we will talk more. There's a lot more content to come. This is just the beginning. Like Benjamin said, we don't have to talk too much because it will give too much away. We don't have to do that. And we would also have to wait for the core team to give us more information, additional information, so we can discuss that as well. So thank you so much, Benjamin, for being here. Really appreciate that as usual. I know we're both knackered, but listen, take care of yourself. You can leave. You can go. I appreciate that. Don't worry about it. Take care, Benjamin. Thank you so much. Benjamin has done one hell of a job. Really appreciate him, of course. And people, listen, take care of yourselves. Enjoy. Don't let the fathers out there keep you despondent. Do you know what I mean? I know it's understandable. You were expecting a certain price, you didn't get it, but that's not the end of the world. There's so much to come, and I'm excited about that. Trust me, some of my power is stuck in BitGet. I can't get it, but I'm not really crying about it. I'm okay. Take care of yourselves, people. Name is Ray. Channel's Race United. Word is peace, and I love you all. Take care of yourselves, all right? Take care of yourselves. Yes, it's all good. It's all good. Race United.